Hello friends, this is Rehan. In this control panel tutorial, we are going to see about the other two categories which we have covered yet. Okay, now we'll go back to the console. So in the last two tutorials, we have covered about the users category and the apps category, and how we will manage the users and apps using the control panel. And the next is how we are going to manage the overall configuration of the Liferay. Okay, so we'll go to the configuration. So you can also change the name of your site. You can also set a mail domain. You can also set a virtual host. Right now since we are using local host and we are using the local host, so this virtual host will be like whenever you are going to publish your website online on live, there you will use this virtual host. And the next is home URL. Also you can set which should be the home page. Also you can set, suppose if you want this only this local URL to be the home page, you can set it here. If you enter this home URL, so to which page the user to be seen whenever he signed in, which page he needs to see. This default logout page means like after logging out where he needs to be redirected. So all these changes you can do here. And also you can also give additional information like legal name, legal ID, legal type. You can also add CDN Host HTTP and CDN Host HTTPS. So CDN is a dynamic, so if you want to enable the CDN dynamic resources, resources currently enabled, if you can also disable it by unchecking it. Next is authentication. So if you wanted to, for now we will change it back to normal. And the next is authentication. You can also give authentication like how the users can log into your website by either using an email address or screen name. You can based on company requirement, you can give it from here. And you can also allow users to automatically log in. You can also allow users to request forgotten passwords. You can also allow users to request password reset links. So you just need to check check or uncheck. So the Liferay itself will automatically add all those options for the sign in. Okay, and the next is Ldap. And you can also ask the request changes to verify their email address. Everything is possible from here, from Liferay. So you don't have to do any coding for the sign in. We have added any Ldap servers. If you want to authenticate using Ldap also, you can enable it so that they will be authenticated using the Ldap configuration. You can also import an Ldap files and those things. You can also import a password policy from the Ldap. You can also connect to a cache server. And the next thing is you can also allow users to log in using the Facebook ID itself. So you need to give the application ID and application secret and these things to authenticate into our website. So if a user need to be verified, so after once he entered his Facebook ID, mail will be sent to his sent email so that he will get verified. These settings also you can do. And also you need to give enabled option to enable this Facebook authentication. Next is the Ntlm Authentication. This also Ntlm Authentication is a domain level authentication. This also you can enable. You can give the domain controller name, the domain controller IP, domain controller name, domain, which domain, and a service account and service password you can give. Next is the OpenID. You can also make the users to authenticate based on the OpenID which they have. You can also make the users to authenticate using OpenSSO. You can enable it. You can import from the Ldap mode. So if you need any help, you can just hover over it. It will provide the necessary instructions. And also you can also give the login URL for the OpenSSO host. You can also give the logout URL. You can also give the sample service URL also. You can also give a screen name, email address, attribute, and all these details you can do. You can also test the configuration. And the next thing is SiteMinder. So you can also make the users to authenticate using the SiteMinder as well. Okay, and the next thing is users. Okay, so how the so once the user have logged in, you can first agree to the terms of use required. we want to generate the user screen names, that also we can generate. Like since by default we are giving our own screen name, so it's not since the auto generator has been disabled, it's taking the by default whatever screen name that the user is given. Last name required also you can give, so that without entering the last name the user can't we can create a new user. You can also give enable birthday and enable gender to give the input for the birthday and gender. And reserved credentials also you can give. So these, if you have given screen names and email address here, these email addresses and screen names will not be used. Suppose the company owner doesn't want his email ID to be registered, you can give his email addresses here. If someone else doesn't want his so it's organization level, if they doesn't want to use these screen names, then you can give all the you can filter all the screen names here. Okay, so this will be reserved only from administrator. We can use these screen names. Okay. Now users they themselves can't give these screen names which are given the reserved credentials. And also you can also give what are the default association that the users will have, what are the roles he will be mapped to, what are the user groups he will be mapped to, belongs to, what are the organization sites he will be belongs to. All these things we can give. You can just give the tag name here and like what are the site tags, what are the site he belongs to. So if you per line you need to write one site, so that whenever we are creating a new user, this user will belong to this site, this organization, these roles, these groups by default. So you don't need to have a separate operation to add those users. Okay. So this the next is mail host names. You can also enter a mail host name, one line, so liferay.com, and if you want to write any other mail host name also, you can write like mail.liferay.com. I'm just giving an example. You can also add that one. Next, also email notification also you can set up from here. For sender we can give any name like support Liferay. Suppose if we have separate email address for sending the notification, you can give that notification. So you can give that address here. Okay. And the next is account creation notification. So once the account is created, how the user will get mail, how he'll get the notification mail, that one you can set. So these are actually the variables. So variable that will be directly connected to the database. Okay, so once the user account is created, so his name will be so this dollar and this to name is actually like a variable. Okay, so this variable will be directly correspond to the variable of the user in the database. Once we in the upcoming tutorials, I will tell you what are the variables that belongs to what are the user values. Okay, so if you can see, it's a from name, from address, from portal, under portal URL. Okay, so these are these information are stored in the portal, and like these are dynamic information, hence it is given as a variable here. Okay, you can also add some other thing as some other also your account is created at and your password is enjoy, and you can also give some other information and you can just save it. And also if it is without, if you want to send a mail without a password also, how that mail template should be, that also you can set. And here they have provided the definition for those variable also. If you need any help, you can just refer the definition at the bottom of the screen. Okay. And the next is email verification notification. So this is the template for email verification for verifying the user. Okay, so if we have enabled that email verification required, then the user will get a mail based on this template. Okay, and the next is password change notification. So this template will represent a mail that is sent to the user for if the password has been changed. Okay, the password need reset notification, and the user will get this type of template mail when the password reset has been requested. So these are the email notification settings which you can change under the Liferay site. The next is allow site administrator to display content from other site they administer. This is a content sharing, so you can also enable the the first option. If you have disabled, suppose if the administrator has content across various sites, he can't able to share it. So since it is checked, then he can also view the contents from the other sites as well. Okay, so this will be enabled by default. So like if there is a child site from the parent site, and the child site can be able to view all the content from the parent site. Suppose if we don't want the child site administrator to view the content of the parent site, we can also disable it. Okay, and the next thing is addresses. You can also set a physical address for this site. You can also set a phone number to contact. You can also set additional email addresses. You can also set websites, whether it's what type of site, it's intranet or public. You can also set the default language, and what are the available languages also you can add and remove. You can also set the default time zone, and you can also change the site logo from here, and you can also change the default theme to whatever theme which you have installed. Okay, this is a default theme here is classic, and you can also change the control panel theme as well. And the next thing is analytics. Analytics is basically used to check, it will do analysis of what are who are all visited our website, and so all this report are generated here. So here right now by default Google Analytics and Pivik is written here. You can also add other analytics as well. And the next is Google Apps, and you can also log into the Google Apps so that the users can able to use the Google Apps as well. Okay. And the next is the custom fields. In the custom fields, okay, this is one of the most important topic in Liferay. Okay, so like if you say by default Liferay has given a set of fields. Okay, suppose if you want to add a new field, suppose if you are going to write a blog, the blog by default will have a title field, content field, date of publication, author name. Okay, suppose if you want to add another one field, if you want to add another field, then you will be using the custom fields. Okay, so we will add a new field for the blog. We will go to the edit, we'll add a custom field here. So the key will be, let us give it like blog ID by admin. Okay, so whether you can give it, whether it should be integer or not, you can give, and I can save it. Okay, now we have created a new blog ID. You can also make it a searchable, hidden, or type. You can also edit it, and you can just go to edit option, and you can make all those changes here. Let us make it as searchable and save. I can see we can be searched as a keyword. Now we will go back. Now we will check whether this custom fields is reflecting or not. Okay, now I have already created a page blog, and I have also imported the blog portlet. Now we will add a blog entry. Okay, so you can scroll down and see that blog ID by admin custom field has been added. Okay, so you don't have to programmatically change this blog portlet by using hook plugin or not. You can just from that Liferay itself you can make modification. You can add the extra field. Okay, so from the Liferay control panel you can add extra field here. You don't have to add anything by programmatically adding it to the hook and those things and all. Okay, so we will add a sample block again. Sample block 11111. This is a sample block to test custom field. Okay, now we are going to give it like 988889999. Okay, Then you can also change other settings, and we will give it as publish. Now if you can see, now the sample blog 111 is created. If you go to read more, you can see that blog ID by admin, since we have given since it is an integer, it should be 32-bit. Since we have given more than 32 bits, it's not it's not came here. We will just edit and give some other data. I just give 12 and we will save it, publish it. Now we can see that blog ID by admin is visible now. Okay, so this is the use of custom field. Similarly, you can also change the custom fields. You can also add the custom field to the blogs entry, blogs folder. So Liferay itself has provided this list of things to this list of resource to which you can add a custom fields. Okay, you can even for users also you can add a new custom field. Suppose if you want a user's wife name, then also you can add a custom field here. So all these things are possible in the custom fields. Okay, and the next is the server administration. Okay, in the server administration, you can just you can administer the server itself from here, Liferay server from here. Okay, here you will show what version you are running and what is your uptime. Okay, suppose if you want to run the garbage collector to free up the memory, you can just execute it here. You can also clear content cache by that is running by this VM. That also you can clear it from here. So you can do all this list of operations from server administration tab of the control panel. Okay, you can also set the log levels. So currently by default Liferay has set its log level. If you can see here, if you go up, you can see the logs has been generated. See, this info log is generated, info. So all info logs has been generated. Okay, so suppose if you don't want to display the info logs, and if you want to display only the error level logs and error level logs, then you can also set it here. So if you want to know more, so basically the log levels in Liferay is recorded based on the log4j. Okay, so if you know log4j, then you can understand about the log levels here. And also you can see that these are the various log levels of provided by the log4j. Okay, so if you want to eliminate all the info messages, if you want only the error messages that is generated by this calendar class, you can just give it like error, and if you give it save, only the calendars class error message will be generated. All the info logs will be eliminated. Okay, so if you know about the log4j, then you can understand about the log levels. You can also add a new category of log. You can also add a new category like if you know any class, you can just add here. This is a development level. I will tell you while we are going through to the development state. Okay, and the next is the properties. So this properties is like this is actually the visual form of what is there in the system properties file of our portal. Okay, if you go to system properties file for our Liferay, there you can find all the what are the values has been set and those things. If you make changes there, so those values, so it will be replicated here. Okay, so if you want to see how the portal properties files values has been set, that also you can see from here, from portal properties tab. Okay, so this is about the properties tab, and the next is the captcha. So what is a reCAPTCHA is basically it is used to verify the human verification. You could have find out during the login. You can find out that in some website or during the comment or login you can enable this reCAPTCHA. Like if they have enabled that reCAPTCHA, then an image will come like 123. Then we need to type 123. For the image verification, that is called as reCAPTCHA. Okay, so you can also enable reCAPTCHA. The public key and private key you need to get it from the reCAPTCHA website, and you can just paste it here and you can use that reCAPTCHA. Okay, and the next is data migration. See, the main advantage, as I have told you, Liferay, it is very much portable. I would have told about this in the first tutorials while I was telling the theory part. Like if you want to move the Liferay from this from one database to another database, you can just easily move. Currently it is used to HSQL database. So but if you want to connect to other database, you can just give the class name and JDBC URL, JDBC username and JDBC password, and if you execute it, and that Liferay will be implemented over that new database. Okay, so using Liferay you can easily able to connect to any database. Okay, so that is the use of data migration tab. And you can also migrate the document from one repository to another repository. Okay, so currently it is in DL store implemented. If you want to move to the other stores also, that is also is possible. Okay, so these are the list of supported repositories provided by the Liferay. Then the next thing is file upload. So basically this file upload, here you are setting the settings for what is the size of the file to be uploaded. By general, overall maximum size is set here. Temporary storage directory file size also you can set. Here the size is determined based on KB. Okay, you can also set the size. You can also set the maximum viewable file size also. You can set maximum thumbnail size also. You can set maximum thumbnail width, height, width. You can set all these changes. You can for documents and media you can set. Okay, and similarly for web content pages, web content images, you can set what should be the maximum file size, allowed file extensions. You can also add other file extensions also. Okay, you can also for shopping cart images, what should be the maximum file size for large image, medium image and small image, and what are the allowed file extensions. All these things also you can add here. And also software catalog images also you can give the maximum thumbnail height and width, and also the file size. You can even for the user profile images also you can give what should be the maximum size, so that the user can able to upload. Okay, so this is about the file uploads tab. Next is the mail tab. So mail tab is we can also configure any mail servers in Liferay. Okay, so that's the use of the mail tab. Like if you know the incoming POP server configuration and everything, you can just give all the settings here, so that Liferay it will connect to that mail server, and so that you can use that mail server. Okay, the next is the external services. External services, like these are the third-party services and that the Liferay is using for Red's betterment, Image Magic and GhostScript, or these are used for document preview functionality. Suppose in some websites like Gmail or Outlook, you can find that if you click on a document, the document will get opened like a preview. Okay, so that is the use of Image Magic and GhostScript. You can just go and enable it. And you can also set the path of that Image Magic where it is installed. You can also give the resource limit and these things, and all the settings you can set from here for the Image Magic. And the next is Openoffice Integration. So basically the use of Openoffice Integration, Openoffice is used to convert a document from one type to another. So if you have enabled it, you can download the document that we have uploaded it either as a PDF or a doc. What are the supported things provided by the Openoffice, you can use it by using the Openoffice integration. And the last is the Scheduler. So Scheduler is you actually used it for the video conversion functionality. Okay, so similar to that, you can also import the jar file based on the what operating systems we have used. Okay, you can just install it. Okay, so it will download the Scheduler and it will get installed. Okay, and the next is the script. You can also, so suppose if you want to run a JavaScript or Bean Shell script or Python script or Groovy script or Ruby script throughout the portal, you can, as admin, you can just type the script here, and you can, if you give execute, so it will execute the script. Okay, so you will get the output here. Okay, so this is the use of the script. And also shutdown. Suppose if we want to shut down the portal for improvement or for the betterment or for any bug fix. So if you want to notify the users, you can just give it like 10 minutes, and also this site will be shut down in 10 minutes. Shut down for 10 minutes. Okay, so how long this website will be shut down, you can just give it, and if you press shutdown, whole portal will be shut down for 10 minutes. Okay, so that is the use of this shutdown tab. Okay, next tab is portal instances. So portal instances, right now we have created only one portal instance, which is a Liferay.com. If you want to add another portal instance, you can also add another portal instance, its own virtual host, its own mail domain. You can make a modification for the portal settings for it individually. So for Liferay.com, the portal settings we have made changes like this. Suppose if you are going to create a new portal instance, so for that portal settings will be completely different. So this is the use of the portal instances. You can just add and check it out how the portal instances works. Okay, and the last thing is workflow. We will see about this workflow completely in the next tutorial. Hope you guys like my tutorial. Do subscribe to my channel for more Liferay videos. See you guys in the next tutorial. Bye bye.